not, but we're going to go with it for this episode. It is your friend, your fan, Cameron George. I'm a fan of each and every single one of you that tune on to this wonderful show that happens twice a week. Generally happens on Mondays and also happens on Fridays. But this week, unfortunately, yesterday, I was in a little bit of a car accident. Body's feeling fine. Spirit is feeling fine. And I'm just super excited and very, very happy to be back here with you and get to do this show that I know you all love just as much as I love doing it. So, I am very, very enthusiastic about being back for another really awesome episode. Yesterday's episode was going to be a very fun one. I've taken a couple of elements from yesterday's episode and repurposed them, but today's episode is going to be truly badass because it celebrates you. This show is supposed to kind of break down some of the wall and kind of break down some of the tradition and I guess some of the preconceived notions about how we're supposed to treat single malt Scotch whiskey. I just don't believe in a lot of them. They're quite antiquated. You know, some of them will tell you that Scotch whiskey is never to be consumed over rocks or over ice or, with water in it, or God forbid you put it in a cocktail, you're ruining it, you're mucking it up. To me, that's just so antiquated. I love Scotch whiskey because of their, because of the variants, because of the differences, because of the nuance. And I think that we can celebrate a lot of those even through cocktails. So one of the very first cocktails that I learned as a very young bartender was the aviation cocktail. And it just so happened that yesterday was National Aviation Day. But today is an even more important day. So I am going to make a cocktail that's reminiscent of the aviation. But I'm actually going to be doing it because today is actually National Bartender Appreciation Day. And the industry, as we know and as we love it, has kind of fallen on the sword. We've been the ones who, have been most affected by the current state of the world, by the current climate. So, I wanted to take a day and take an episode and celebrate a community that I love so much, that has taught me so much, and that I get to continue to engage with. So today, it's all about you, baby. All right, let's tune in. Let's see who we've got already tuned in over here. See if we've got some viewers. Make sure that we're doing all right. Perfect. Looks like we got some viewers already in. Right. So today's episode, we're talking aviation cocktail, but what are we going to be pairing to the aviation? If you remember, the aviation is it's at its heart is actually supposed to be a split-based cocktail, but again, I think that recipe is bullshit. I think it's terrible. I think a split-based aviation is not exactly in balance where I want it to be. So we're going to be modifying the cocktail just a little bit. But traditional aviation harnesses the power of gin, harnesses the absolute beautiful kind of bouquet of aromas that come from creme de violette. So I have selected Jaffar's, one of my absolute favorite companies. They do a great job. A little bit of maraschino liqueur as well, of course. And then also just a little bit of lemon juice. Super easy, very simple cocktail. We're not going to need to reinvent the wheel. But our food pairing today is going to be really badass, and it's going to be really tasty. And also, I just love pink and purple cocktails because cocktails don't need to have a sex. Like if you're a guy and you think, oh, I can't drink this cocktail because it's pink and it's in a coupe style glass or in a Nick and Nora style glass. Grow up, be an adult. Grow up. We see you. You're weak, right? Drink cocktails. They're delicious, right? That's all we need to know about it. Right, so our food pairing today is going to be based around sustainability, based around taking care of our bodies. Much like you, I spent many years behind the bar doing irreparable harm to my body. I spent a lot of years shaking cocktails, stirring cocktails, twisting around with my back, hunched over. My original job was actually as a dishwasher where I was hunched over a 3-compartment dish sink. So a lot of damage done to my body, but I want to teach you all how to be a little bit more intentional and how to take care of this body that you've been given while being behind the bar. So our food pairing is aimed in that name. Today's food pairing comes to us from Fit Bar here in West Seattle. Absolutely fantastic little local eatery. They make these absolutely beautiful acai bowls. There we go. Let's go ahead and hold that acai bowl up. Sony's lens capture's not trying to capture it right now, but what we've got going on in our acai berry bowl today is, of course, an acai and banana base. It's got a little bit of almond milk as well as goji berry and flaxseed just in the base. On top, we've got a little bit more banana. We've got some pineapple, some kiwi as well, a little bit of peanut butter, and also some vanilla and honey oats, it looks like. This is going to be a really beautiful, really beautiful pairing. We've got a little bit of fruit. We've got a cereal grain. That's going to be the link to our whiskey. I mean, we're in whiskey through food mode, y'all. Like, you got to know that I'm going to be talking about whiskey at some point. And then also we have a lot of magical berries that are going to be really beneficial. So I'd like to take a second and just sit right there. Let me tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. Anyway, so I'd like to kind of run down some of the benefits of why, as a bartender, we should be paying attention to what we're eating, what we're putting into our bodies to create fuel for these long shifts. You know, in an ideal world where we're, you know, making cocktails for our guests, you know, right there at the bar. But in today's world, why we have to be equipped to work long hours while making cocktails for to-go orders and whatnot, right? Still, same kind of rules and principles apply, that your body is going to need sustenance, it's going to need fuel, right? So acai berries are one of the best fruits, one of the best foods. It's a superfood that you can put into your body. The acai berry is going to be rich in fatty acids. I talk about fatty acids in whiskey all the time, right? Fatty acids are really great for not only being able to discern the texture of a whiskey and the weight of a whiskey, but also when you're talking about superfoods, they're really great for your skin, to help reduce skin cancer, to reduce other forms of cancer as well. They also have a very neat trick of being able to help regulate some of your blood flow as well, and your blood pressure. And also, some would argue, most importantly, acai berries are incredibly good for your sex drive. Health, sex, the things go hand in hand. Be adults, y'all. Eat some goji berries. Eat some acai berries. They're good for your health. All right. Next, we've got banana. So banana is going to be one of the key ingredients in this bowl. I'll go ahead and take a little bite. It's so cold, but it's delicious. It's so good once it hits your lips. Right. Bananas. Bananas are something that we use in cocktails quite often. Some of my favorite cocktails utilize creme de banana, or another banana liqueur. Jafar also makes a really great banana liqueur. Shout out to those guys and gals. So banana, why is it so good for us? Well, one, it's great for fiber. It has lots of potassium as well. Potassium is awesome for your heart health. Keeps that strong muscle nice and strong. Make sure that you don't give out behind the bar. It also is a great source of energy as well as vitamin C. So, get as much banana in you as you possibly can. Between that and the acai berry, you should be already off to a really great start. Another awesome ingredient from our wonderful little bowl here, as I'm going to take another bite. Look at that color. Beautiful little color. Nice purple coloration to it. That's the acai berry at work there. Almond milk. I eat almond milk. I use almond milk in everything. Very rarely do I use, milks from like cow or anything like that as well. Now almond milk is a staple. I think it's just absolutely fantastic for you. There's that word again. Shout out Dilly. Take a shot somewhere. I used it. Almond milk, high in enriched vitamin D, moderate intake of potassium. So again, great for heart health, really good for you. Goji berries. Goji berries are a very important part of being a balanced bartender, right? And not only, being responsible about what we drink, but also being responsible about what we eat. Goji berries improve depression, right? Make you less prone to mood swings. Help with anxiety, help with sleep. I know that as a bartender, those were things that I struggled with. I wasn't always happy. I wasn't always secure with myself. I didn't always love myself. I often found myself you know, in a not too great mental space. And I can only imagine, you know, how things are as a bartender right now. And please believe that myself and so many other people are here for you, you know, as resources. Please, I'm always only a phone call away. But mental health is very important. So goji berries are a magical fruit that can really, really help with your depression, your anxiety, and then also help you get to sleep at night. I was notorious for having the worst hours in the industry. I burned the candle at both ends for sure. Right. The next thing is that goji berries also protect your eyes. Eye health. You need to have good vision to be a great bartender. Head on a swivel, head up, be able to assess what's going on around you in the room. And then lastly, flaxseed. Flaxseed, dietary fibers, high in omega-3 fatty acids. There's that word again, fatty acids. Again, remember, fatty acids are around us in a lot of things we consume, which are also very present in whiskey. So between the acai berry and the flaxseed, we've got omega fatty acids 6, 9, and 3 as well, all being represented. A lot of science today. Let's get down into a cocktail. Well, let's get down into a little bit of whiskey pairing. I hadn't really decided on which whiskey I was going to pair to this today. You know what? But I think because this is an acai berry base, I'm going to use a little bit of Ardbeg Anno. Ardbeg Anno. It's like saying I know, but with a Scottish accent. I know. Right? There's that little bit of brogue coming out there. So, Ardbeg Anno. Beautiful nose. Beautiful, beautiful nose. Rich fruit. Some darker fruits in there. A little bit of blackberry, moldberry, anisette as well, a little bit of anise. There's a lot of vegetation jumping off of this. A lot of fennel, a lot of dill. This will be a great little pairing right here. The fruity aspect in the whiskey is coming from Pedro Jimenez sherry cask. The vanilla in the oats there. Perfect little pop of vanilla sweetness. Let's see how the whiskey goes. Who'd have thought? Another great pairing right there. Great pairing. All right, let's get to making a cocktail. Give me 2 seconds. We'll grab some ice. We'll be right back. Listen to the sounds of Sono Allegra as I go to grab this ice, which I conveniently forgot in my kitchen. I apologize. Right. And just like that, we are back, my babies. We are back. All right. I apologize. Can't make cocktails if you forget the ice off camera, Cam. Come on, what is this, your very first episode? What are you doing? What's going on, Nick? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Today we are talking National Bartender Appreciation Day. We have done a wonderful little food pairing so far of a brilliant acai berry bowl that had a little bit of acai, banana, almond milk, goji berry, and flaxseed. We'll discuss some of the health benefits and why, as bartenders, we should be paying attention not only to the spirits that we're putting into cocktails, but also the food that we're putting into our own bodies. Sustainability, talking about, becoming the best bartenders, the most healthy human beings that we could possibly be as well. That is absolutely fantastic. So, when I was a young bartender, one of the first cocktails that I ever really fell in love with and obsessed about, probably to an annoying degree for those who were my bosses. Please, Casey, Sean Johnson, please feel free to chime in if you all see this as well. Please chime in on the chat. So my favorite cocktail as a young bartender was the aviation cocktail. That cocktail for me just absolutely changed the game. I had never had such a floral kind of bouquet of a cocktail before. So for me, that was one of the originals that I fell in love with. So today on National Bartender Appreciation Day, I'm gonna throw it back and kind of remix a classic just a little bit. Nick, it looks like, is that a wishbone? Where, my man? Where are you seeing a wishbone, my guy? I don't know what you're talking about, but all right, anyway. I'm gonna actually be using just a little bit of the acai berry bowl in our cocktail today. As we discussed, acai berries are great because they have omega-3, omega-6, and omega-9 fatty acids. They're also really great for your skin. They're great for reducing risk of cancer. And here's the kicker. I'll repeat it for all of you that missed it the first time. Acai berries are actually incredibly, incredibly important, and they're really great to heighten your sex drive. So sex is part of health. We're all adults here, right? So eat more acai berries. Makes the world go round. All right, let's get down to it. Let's make a cocktail. All right, so we're gonna take our shaker tin. I'm gonna take 1 bar spoon of the base of this acai berry bowl. It's more than a bar spoon, but whatever. It's my show, it'll be all right. All right, we're gonna come behind that with about 3/4 of an ounce of creme de violette, Jaffard, or whatever your preferred purveyor of or brand of violette is. Same as I used in the cocktail, I am going to use the one and only Ardbeg Anneau. I'll use 1.5 ounces there. Why not? I want a nice big cocktail today because I deserve it. Bartender Appreciation Day. I'm not behind the bar all the time anymore, but once a bartender, always a bartender. Now I'm gonna come behind that with about 1/2 ounce of maraschino liqueur. And then we're going to cut our lemon in half, and we're gonna use the juice from half of a lemon. A little bit of citrus. Obviously, people are gonna be in the comments, well, this isn't a true aviation. Well, I started it off with using acai, berry base from my acai bowl. So yeah, this isn't a traditional, take on the aviation cocktail. All right, and that's okay. Innovation comes in small steps, right? Next, we'll add a little bit of ice. And we're gonna talk about shaking. Love it, love it. All right, here we go. So, shaking cocktails. Technique is everything. We've talked about how to be a healthier bartender based on what you eat. Here's how to be a healthier bartender based on how you actually bartend. Right, so something that I've always kind of, had a pet peeve of is bartenders that shake right here next to your ears. Because, we, as bartenders, we bartend with all of our senses. Repetitively shaking a cocktail right next to your ear is gonna, just wreak havoc on your, on your ears. So you won't be able to hear, which means you'll be a worse bartender because you won't be able to harness all your senses. So when you're bartending, let's make sure that we get that on there nice and tight. When I bartend, I generally will shake out in front of me. I'll kind of turn my profile to the side. That way I can still make eye contact with guests who are at the bar. And I'll just give it nice rhythm to it. Easy shake, easy shake. That should be about good. And let's get that off of there. Ooh, pretty color. God, cocktails can be so beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and set our glassware. And next, we're gonna go ahead and get this beautiful cocktail into its glass. Oh, beautiful color. Woo! That is a sexy, sexy cocktail. Oh, that's a beautiful one. I'm a huge fan of vibrant colors. We should eat and drink in expressive colors. This is no different. Let's go ahead and express this lemon over the top of it there. Just kiss it just a little bit. I'm torn on the garnish of the aviation. You know, some people call for a cherry, some people call for a twist. I'm gonna just kind of hang a flag directly off of the side here. Oh, thank you very much, Jordan. I appreciate that. Here's a beautiful, beautiful little aviation style cocktail. Again, we've got 1.5 ounces of Ardbeg Anno, about a half to 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, a 1/2 ounce of maraschino liqueur, and 3/4 ounce of creme de violette. Not your traditional, not your classic, and it's also got a large spoon of our delicious acai base for our acai berry bowl. That's got a beautiful nose to it. The lemon is humming off the top of the cocktail. The smoke still cuts all the way through there. Oh, that smells delicious. All right, let's see how we did here. Cheers. Slanjava. Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Whoever said Scotch cocktails can't be floral, can't be perfect for spring, can't be perfect for summer. Get one of these in your glass, and I promise that you will change your mind. This is a beautiful cocktail. Everything about it, floral. The bouquet of the Giffard still hums through. There's a citrus kind of element that really kind of shocks and jolts you up front, and then the bouquet kind of rolls in. That smoke just kind of lingers, just ever so softly amongst the kind of flowers and the violettes. That's a beautiful, beautiful cocktail. All right, let's see how we did. Jesus, that is good. Jesus, that's a good one. All right, let's go ahead and see how it pairs back to our acai berry bowl. Remember our acai berry bowl? Acai, banana, almond milk, a little bit of goji berry, a little bit of flaxseed as well, pineapple, a little bit of kiwi, and we're gonna have some vanilla oats with a little honey and a little bit of peanut butter on top of it. So, you know, vanilla, honey, peanut butter, those are all flavors that are indicative or, you know, kind of that are created via maturation in oak vessels, specifically American oak. Quercus alba will really give you a lot of those profiles on the nose and on the palate as well. Let's see how it goes. Soft sweetness. There's a floral note that's obviously not represented in our food pairing. That's a badass cocktail. Great little pairing. I'm stoked. Absolutely fantastic Bartender Appreciation Day episode. For all of you out there who are working tirelessly, putting yourselves on the front lines to make sure that people have food, to make sure that people's glasses never go empty. You shouldn't be the ones who are bearing the brunt of this catastrophe, of this situation that we've been put into by this administration. So my heart, my hands, everything goes out to you. Please, if there's anything that I can do for any of you out there, whether it's just be a shoulder, you know, an ear to, you know, to listen to you, please reach out to me. Ardbeg Cam on Instagram, Ardbeg Cam also on YouTube, and obviously Cameron George here on Facebook as well. I love you. Please stay safe, wear your masks, and tip your goddamn bartenders. Until next week, or until Friday, I should say, cheers and slanjava.